Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the sports segment of the weekend show. I am Ayo Adams, and I'll be walking you through the headlines and all the happenings in the world of sports. Well, we had a lot of talk during the last week and the international break. I mean, the Nigerian women also came out, basketball women came out to complain about how the government has held down their payments and bonuses. We had Barcelona extend the deal for youngster Pedri. Lionel Messi became the common ball top scorer, and lots of other groundbreaking excitements. Then finally, we're going to have an interview with Sadiq Yelwa, a player for Premier Academy, and he's also the all-time leading scorer with the Five Stars Premier League. So that will come at the end of the show. But let's start with the Tigress, the Nigerian women basketball team. The Tigress took to their official account on Tuesday to express their displeasure at the bodies governing the association over unpaid wages, bonuses, and extension of pleasantries. The AfroBasket champions lamented about how they've had to put up with false narratives about paid wages by top officials. A large number of Nigerians expressed their discomfort at this revelation, but we're not surprised because it's a recurring event. It's absolutely embarrassing to see Nigeria still operating at this level of incompetence when it comes to sports as a nation. And afterwards, the sports minister came out to respond, saying that the money supposed to be paid to the Tigress and the other basketball association, that they've not been spent, but they've been stored away in an account with the CBN. They offered to pay them part payment from the old wages and bonuses, but the players, they all refused, which every other person who supported them stood by that those wages are not supposed to be paid in part, they're supposed to be paid in full, and they've still been owed since the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, and now they've won the AfroBasket Championship 3 times in a row, and nothing has still been extended to them. Moving on to the European news, we have on Thursday as Barcelona announced the extension of Spanish youngster González Pedri until 2026 June with a release clause of €1 billion, which struck the whole world of football. But Pedri has also been nominated on the Golden Boys Award, which was revealed last night. And last week, he was also part of the shortlisted young talents on the Copa Trophy category. I mean, that's amazing to see for Barcelona youngster Pedri. And moving on to other achievements, we have Argentine captain Lionel Messi, who became the all-time leading scorer for the South American continent, governed by the Common Ball. The Common Ball is the body that governs the South American football. Lionel Messi scored the first goal in the opening encounter against Uruguay in a 3-0 defeat. The 6-time Ballon d'Or winner scored the opening goal. Rodrigo de Paul put in the second, and Inter's marksman Lautaro Martinez capped it over the third in the 62nd minute of the game. Argentina won their following game against Peru 1-0, goal courtesy of the man who scored the third goal in the previous game, that Lautaro Martinez. And Argentina are now unbeaten in 25 games. Talking of achievements, we also had Le Bleu, the French national team, who became the second team to win the UEFA Nations League as they defeated the Spanish team last week. Luis Enrique young squad got off the mark with Mikel Oyarzabal pouncing on a mistake from the French defense, and a quick response was followed by Karim Benzema, who brought France level with a sublime curler from the edge of the box. Starman Kylian Mbappe in the closing minutes of the game latched upon a through ball before getting past Unai Simon with a cool finish. The goal stood, but it was debated, and fans and other opponents around the world felt strongly about how it was not ruled off as an offside goal. Karim Benzema won the player of the match, while veteran Sergio Busquets won the player of the tournament. And still in the UEFA Nations League during this championship, during championship is where we see starlets come out to break. We saw Lionel Messi in the Under-19 World Cup. We saw John Mikel Obi, our favorite one. We also saw lots and lots of players. We saw Kylian Mbappe in the last World Cup. But in this one, we saw 17-year-old Pablo Gavi, who was started by Luis Enrique, where he started and chased down the Italian midfielders from the first minute to the 90th minute. He was designated to mark his idol, Marco Verratti, and he carried out that assignment with class. He was applauded after the game for his energy and awareness on the pitch as Spain defeated the Italians in the semi-final before losing to France in the final. Well, club football has returned this weekend, and we have loads and loads of fixtures to see. We have Leicester City playing Manchester United. Manchester United will be without Harry Maguire and Rafael Varane, who signed from Real Madrid, but they will be with Cristiano Ronaldo, so that's a plus. That's always a plus in anybody's side having him in the team. In La Liga, we'll have Barcelona play Valencia on Sunday, 8 p.m., as other matches could not be played because the South American international break game extended to Thursday, so which would leave more games and lapses for other teams to play. In the Italian Serie A, we're going to have Juventus playing Roma this weekend, so on Sunday it's going to be a thrilling encounter to see Jose Mourinho face Massimiliano Allegri. That's going to be a great encounter to watch. So if you're a Serie A fan, make sure you watch that game. And in the Bundesliga, we're going to have Leverkusen taking on league leaders Bayern Munich. We're going to see how that match is going to pan out. Bayern Munich has been on a roll, but they got defeated last match. Will they bounce back when they come back this weekend? So that's all for the headlines that I have for you. And now we're going to move straight into grassroots football, where we're going to discuss the Meribet 5 Stars Premier League. And I'm here in the studio with me, I have Sadiq Yelwa Katika, who is the forward for Premier FC, and he's also the all-time leading scorer for the 5 Stars Premier League. Good morning, Sadiq.
Good morning, Mr. Ayo.
How are you doing?
I'm really doing great.
So let's get started.
Okay.
I mean, playing football is one thing, then playing grassroots football, and then being recognized playing grassroots football is another thing. Your first season with the 5 Stars Premier League was last season, but you're current in Premier Academy and you scored 8 goals in that tournament. Anthony from Olympic Hybrid got 10, which was a sad one to see. But this season has started all over again, and you've kicked off where you left off last season. You now currently have 11 goals behind Abu Atolib and TUFC. I mean, walk us through what has been your motivation so far. I mean, these goals are a lot. So that's a couple of 16, 17. Any goal you score now has become a record for the league. How do you feel about being that person?
I feel really great. It's an amazing feeling knowing that whenever you score, you're trying to help your team. So it's not just your achievement alone, it's you trying to help your team. Because last year was really rough for the team.
Yeah.
Scored many goals, thought I would get us through the finals, but I ended up getting knocked out in the quarterfinals. So, but I'm really a football fan. I don't just play, I'm a great football fan. When I'm at my leisure hours, I watch football, I train a lot, so the goals keep coming all the time, and that's where I get my motivation from, because I'm a great football fan.
All right then, so speak to us about your current team. I mean, the first game of the season was against TUFC, where your team lost 3-1, and your best pairing, Hassan got the only goal you guys scored in that game. But that losing the first game to the opening of the season was something that waters you down. But the following game, Premier Football Academy went unbeaten into the final game of the group stages. How did the team bounce back from that defeat?
We were really upset after the first game, because we thought we'll actually win that game. But you know, in a football match, it's either you win, you lose, or you draw. But so we had our plans, but it didn't work out. So we said no, we have to win the next few games.
That's good.
Yes.
And also, as you are the top scorer for the league, Hassan is also creeping behind to become the most assists ever for the league. And I mean, the partnership between both of you has been excellent, it's been exemplary. I mean, we've seen a lot of players in the world, not to compare, but I mean, it's something to start. We have Son and Harry Kane, we had the Suarez and Messi combination. Now you have Hassan and Sadiq Yelwa. So it's a partnership in the grassroots that we've been looking forward to see something exemplary in the grassroots. How has it been in Hassan's head and he being in your head, because it's almost like it's telepathic when you move and he drops the pass, and when and there's been no grudges or complaints when that pass doesn't come through. That same means both of you have that connection. How has it been in existence for so long, and how have you been able to play so perfectly and getting goals?
I've known Hassan for like 3 to 4 years now. We've been playing together in the same team, so definitely there's that relationship. And we always train together. Apart from on the pitch, me and Hassan off the pitch, we are good friends. He calls me sometimes when we play matches and I don't score. He calls me and like, I was going on with you. You missed a lot of chances. You have to do this. You have to. So I look up to him. He's like an elder brother to me, always trying to help me get better. So I'm also always trying to help the team grow. Yeah. So.
All right then. So let's go to the final one for the day. I mean, we have now you're playing the Meribet 5 Stars Premier League. First of all, 2 questions. How has it been playing there? What improvement has the league done for you? And then finally, where do you see yourself after? I mean, do you want to extend your football career, or do you want to still keep playing in the grassroots?
It's a pleasure playing in the league, to be very honest, because it gives young talents like us opportunities to showcase ourselves to the world, because of the type of people they bring to the league. Can you imagine, like Meribet's 5 Stars, the Meribet's very good partnership, and so it gives us that professional feeling. Every match you get the man of the match award, so it's really amazing. It's really amazing.
So you finally grassroots or Europe?
Definitely Europe. In the next few years, or I really don't know. I'll definitely want to play professional football because you can see improvements. The level I'm on now, you definitely know that this is not where I was a few years back. So you can see improvements. So that's what the only way is up.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Sadiq, for being on the show.
Thank you too.
I mean, you've heard Sadiq said it here. I mean, there is no better way to put it. He's coming from the grassroots, but he wants to go far as Europe. And I mean, that can happen with a lot of hard work and platforms such as 5 Stars Football Consultancy and platforms such as TOS TV Network and The Weekend Show showcasing those highlights of the games means that we solely support the grassroots. It's a community that we want to put our hands into. I mean, Sadiq Yelwa from the Maribeth 5 Stars Premier League, that's with you. And my name is Ayo Adams. That's all I have for you in the sports segment of The Weekend Show. Stay tuned.